lights, shine them bright. Gonna have a brand new show tonight, with glitz and glam on the marquee. Perhaps a Tony nominee. Stars beam brightly, see them glow. Sell out nightly, SRO. It's time to applaud the Broadway Beat. Stars beam brightly, see them glow in the sunlight of a show. Life is sweet on the world's most famous street.
Tickets, please.
Take a seat.
Cue the band.
And have your feet to the rhythm of the Broadway Beat. The Broadway Beat. Broadway Beat.
Hello, I'm Richard Ridge, and welcome to Broadway Beat, our weekly half-hour behind-the-scenes look at the very best of a New York theater on Broadway and beyond. This week we'll bring you highlights from the 2006 Drama League Awards, which were hosted by Tony Award winner Alan Cumming. But we start things off by giving you a look at the final production of the City Center Encore series 2005-2006 season. It was the 1931 Pulitzer Prize-winning George and Ira Gershwin musical Of Thee I Sing, which has a book by George S. Kaufman and Maury Riskind. Under the direction of John Rando, Of Thee I Sing opens in an election year as the National Party campaigns for their presidential nominee, John P. Wintergreen, played by Victor Garber, who is running on a platform based on love. Joining him is Tony Award winner Jefferson Mays as the feckless Vice President Alexander Throttlebottom, and Jenny Powers as Diana Devereaux, the jilted and scheming Miss White House contest winner who loses out to Mary Turner, played by Jennifer Laura Thompson, winner of the contest to become First Lady. One of the theater's oldest organizations, the Drama League, which prides itself on building both artists and audiences for the theater, recently held their annual Drama League Awards, which are given for outstanding excellence in the theater. Their master of ceremonies was none other than Tony Award winner Alan Cumming, who this season is co-starring as Mac the Knife in the Roundabout Theater Company's new production of Kurt Weill and Bertolt Brecht's musical, The Threepenny Opera. Here are some highlights from this year's 2006 Drama League Awards luncheon.
The nominees for Distinguished Revival of a Play are All's Well That Ends Well, Awake and Sing, The Caine Mutiny Court-Martial, Celebration and the Room, Faith Healer, Landscape of the Body, A Soldier's Play, 3 Days of Rain, and The Trip to Bountiful. And the winner is Awake and Sing.
This luncheon reminds me of the old days when you used to look at MGM, when those old black and white reels, when they had those great luncheons and put all the stars in heaven together, you know.
Yeah.
And this reminds me of the same thing when just all of Broadway and the theater comes together once a year.
You get a chance to see everybody. You get a chance to say hello. You get a chance to visit. You get a chance to say you were wonderful and this, and you know, and to share that. That's what's terrific about it.
Now, you're about to go on the road with a big tour with your show across the country.
Right.
Talk about touring around the world. You have toured around the world, but talk about touring around the world and across the country and what it means to bring shows outside of New York.
Vital. I mean, it's vital that you introduce the theater to the rest of the country. You know, I mean, we don't have to wait till they come here. We can go meet them on their own grounds, you know, and in their own theaters. They feel special when you come to them. You know, so that's why I really like to go out. And besides, I'm not finished with this yet. You know, it's got to be said, it's got to be spoken. I got to spread the word.
It's been quietly insane. I mean, we've come around the world to be here, the long way around. We set off from London and came here via Hong Kong, New Zealand, Australia, Los Angeles, and now New York. Los Angeles was purely for customs and immigration. And it's been madness, you know, but what was wonderful was, as we moved out on the tour, we were going to places where there were less and less and less experience of theatre. And we got to Australia, and we were pretty much overshadowed by the Sydney French Film Festival. Big deal. But I said to the guys, you know, stay with it. When we get to New York, all this is going to change. And we arrived in New York in the middle of April, and it's been madness ever since. Wonderful, wonderful.
The madness, of course, is because of your show. Have a wonderful time in New York, Richard. We'll see you very soon.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir.
And yesterday I saw a run-through of Terence's new play, and I can't say enough about it now. It's called, can I? It's called Some Men, and it's enormous and huge and moving and terribly funny.
Well, we can't wait. I mean, I spoke to John Glover about that at Joe Allen's one night. So everyone, you know,
Oh, it's wonderful.
how thrilling he was to work on it.
Well, and he is thrilling in it.
We're off to Philadelphia in about 3 hours to start doing it there. We preview on Wednesday, so.
Congratulations. And just talk about the wonderful cast of Dedication and what it was like working on this.
To have Marion and Nathan on the same stage was historic to me, and thrilling.
There's a lot of people here who want to talk to you. Congratulations to both of you.
I play 6 different roles, seven different roles. We all play lots of roles, and they're all kind of related in some way, in that they're human beings, I guess. But I do play an uncle and a nephew. So we're just playing everything we can and having a grand time. There's music in it. It's an amazing play, a very powerful piece.
Well, we can't wait. I know you're on your way to Philadelphia with the play.
We leave this afternoon.
Now, you're here today. I know you're here today for this luncheon for your wonderful work in the Paris Letter.
That's right.
Would you just sum up that experience of what it was like doing that and working on that play?
It was my hiatus job. I've been doing a TV show for 5 years, and every hiatus I go do a play, and this Paris Letter at the Roundabout happened. I had seen the play in Los Angeles. I knew what a good part it was, what an interesting play it was, and then we had Doug Hughes. So how can you go wrong? And Michelle Polk and Broadway Danny Gold and Jason Butler Harner and Ron Rifkin. So it was a dream job. It was like I felt like I was in a playground with all those people.
I know, it really is kind of one of the most thrilling things that you get to do, just to be invited. It's like getting to sit at the coolest table in high school, you know, the one that you're usually always just kind of looking at them and, oh, I wish they'd invite me over. So it's really thrilling to be invited. And it's also, I love that it includes on Broadway, off Broadway musicals, and it's not like categories where there's a winners, and you never walk away from Drama League feeling like a loser.
I'm looking forward to just seeing so many fellow actors in real life, and to keeping it short. And no, I think it's a nice thing, because it's like so many people get a chance to be thanked, because the awards season's kind of pretty brutal, you know, it's always honed down to only a few, so it's a nice thing.
Now, you and I spoke the last time at opening night of Threepenny with your wonderful performance as McKeith. Talk about what it's been like doing that show 8 times a week up at Studio 54.
I'm really enjoying it. It's really challenging, exhausting, but I really, I love it, and I'm really loving the way audiences are responding to it. It's a very sort of boisterous evening, so that's good.
I'd like to tell you the nominees for Distinguished Revival of a Musical, and they are Jacques Brel is Alive and Well and Living in Paris, The Pajama Game, Sweeney Todd, The Threepenny Opera, and Two Gentlemen of Verona. And the winner for Best Revival is Sweeney Todd.
Oh boy, was I lucky. It's such a beautiful role. Well, such a beautiful play. And Horton was with us, you know, all the time, every day in rehearsal. It doesn't get much better than that. And a beautiful company. So.
And just talk about the audience's reaction. And the wonderful thing about where you played at the Signature is they offered many of those $15 tickets to people who normally can't afford seats to the theater. Talk about the audience's reaction to Trip to Bountiful.
I don't know that I have ever experienced having the kind of reception that we had. We had a great press reception, which was lovely, but every day the audience it was as though they were there and something significant happened to them, and it's just wonderful. You know, and it's a little house, which meant everybody was very close up, and they liked that too.
Shout out to Broadway Beat. Don't even play. We watch your show, so this is cool to see you. Hi.
Well, tell me, welcome. Your show is so wonderful. Talk about what it's been like being a part of a theater community this year and being here for the Drama League Luncheon.
Well, it's so funny that Jeff wrote this awesome song, Richie, called Part of It All, and I don't know, today feels like that. It's all these lyrics and about being part of it, and this is overwhelming. Jim Dale is right behind us, and I like that. And so, yeah, it's kind of a dream come true a little bit. Yeah.
Now, I understand your show is coming back in the fall. That's a really good rumor?
In the middle of summer. Middle of summer, back at the Vineyard Theater. We're going to open for a limited run, and then see what happens from there.
Yeah.
Hi, I love Broadway Beat.
Couldn't be better. I mean, look at all these faces, so familiar, they're marvelous. And they've got 70 of them, which means that, as I say, you're greeting old friends and you're making friends with the new faces. And there are many of them, which is great.
Hey, just talk about what it's been like being a part of the ensemble at Threepenny Opera.
Well, it's been absolutely marvelous. At the very end, we don't take a curtain call. So there's nobody feeling jealous that somebody else has got a little more applause. So backstage, everything couldn't be better. We're in and out of each other's dressing rooms all the time with little gifts, flowers, coffee, chocolate. Even Nellie McKay makes me spaghetti on toast during the show. Would you believe that? Mind you, that's not all. She makes me hot dogs as well. Anyway,
It's a thrilling night of a theater. They're moving everybody down.
I'm sorry.
No, I know. It's like a conveyor belt. We're here. What can I tell you?
I feel so honored to be in a group with all these talented people. I mean, you've got the cream of the crop here, and to be asked to be a part of it is just a thrill.
Oh, you know, it's a wonderful event. It's the first event of the season, and I mean, it's thrilling, and it just brings all the entire community together, and it's just great to be here.
Oh my gosh, it's great. It's great. It's always good to get away from the kids and have some chicken, you know.
Well, that's what it's about. But just being a part of the community at this time of year, how that feels.
It's incredible. I've never been a part of this at this time, so it's kind of overwhelming, and I'm sort of just trying to take some mental pictures. Kind of like my wedding. All kind of overwhelming and enjoyable.
Well, I guess when I was a kid, because, we used to go see shows, and I had some family that lived in New York, and my parents used to take us up to visit them, so I remember going to see shows when I was a kid, and all the music from musical theater was a big part of my life. Being a jazz musician, those are the songs which comprise your repertoire, you know. And then in high school I did shows, and so it was kind of an ongoing love affair, I guess.
Just tell me what it's like being part of a theater community at this time of year.
It's really exciting. I mean, it's, I've never really been this immersed in it, and to be around all of this excitement and festivity is really, really cool. I didn't really know anything about it, so this is a very, very exciting time for me.
It's tremendous. We are all important cogs in an important wheel. It's a statement that needs to be said and thoughts that need to be brought forward. And I think a conversation that the public in America today and the whole world desperately wants to have. And we're excited to be at the head of bringing that up in front of them, I think.
Yeah. Just talk about the audience's reaction to the show.
Oh, the audience is loving it. I mean, there's a mixed bag of reactions. There's laughter, there's fear, there's horror, there's disbelief. So we really feel it. I mean, the way the stage is set up, we're in the middle, we have audience on both sides. So it's a very interactive show, and we really feel the support and the fear that kind of comes out of the situation.
Thank you so much. This is such a humbling experience, not only to be standing among such amazing, amazing, talented performers that God has graced with such gifts to share with everyone. But I must say that probably getting to portray, getting to exalt Edie Beale every night has been probably the most humbling experience of my theatrical career.
Did you hear that we're going to Broadway in the fall? I'm so excited.
Tom McMartin told me the other day, he said the day we left, they told everybody, put your makeup in these plastic bags, we're going to save everything because we're moving to a new home.
I couldn't be more thrilled, really. It's a part of a lifetime, and I am so honored to be having the Edies a part of my life. I mean, it's an unbelievable honor. It's hard to describe, really.
What was it like playing her 8 times a week? Where do you put yourself? Both of them, where do you put yourself? It's so amazing when the role and the performer meld together so beautifully that you're watching Edie up there. You're watching both Edies up there.
Well, that's because they're a part of it. It's almost like you just, I feel what I'm really doing is just sort of carrying the hem of their garment. I really am. I know it sounds nutty and it sounds crazy, but it's absolutely true because it's so much bigger than me. It's not something I'm inventing. It's something that, it's like I'm channeling it. That's
You're becoming.
Yeah. It's just like climbing into the spacesuit of the Edies, particularly little Edie. Climbing into the spacesuit. Act 1 is more out of my imagination, but Act 2 really feels like I just get on the spacesuit and fly to the moon.
Well, it's fantastic to be. I mean, when I found out that I was honored, I was nominated for this, and I saw the company that I was in. I mean, the shows that are running right now on Broadway are just spectacular, and so just to be part of this company is absolutely thrilling.
And just talk about the audience's reaction to your portrayal as RFK.
Very gratifying for me after all the years that I worked on it, hoping that I would be able to pull it off for people, and then to see that I did pull it off. To have people in the audience who were his family members, who were with him as a senator, who were with him when he was the Attorney General, and have them come up to me afterwards and say, you did it. I mean, and then have high schoolers say, wow, there was somebody that was like this? And so that was just amazing.
I did a production of Hamlet, a classic stage company on 13th Street, which is what I'm being honored for, which I'm delighted about. I was very happy with the production, and in fact, I'm going to do another one with them. I'm going to do a production of Richard II this season, so I hope people will come and see it.
Oh, it's so exciting. Everyone's thrilled. You know, it's when we really get to see each other, we get to acknowledge each other's work and just see each other in person, because we never get to because we're all working at the same time. But to just acknowledge each other's work and, you know, have all these wonderful people take the time to pay attention to what we do and to honor us with their acknowledgement. So it's really a great time for us.
Talk about life over the Broadway Theater with Color Purple.
Oh, it's spiritual. It's so amazing over there. We're having a wonderful time. The audiences are phenomenal. We're having a great time. And the company is we have so many people that are new to the Broadway community. So it's nice to see the excitement with the other actors. Everyone's really thrilled to be a part of this show.
Well, there's nothing like it. It really is a thrill. And, you know, you always hear that when people say it's an honor to feel a part of this community, but it really is. It's so nice to kind of come to things like this where I get to see other people in other shows, and everyone's really encouraging of everybody else, and it's a community and that has longevity and is important, and it's a great thing and an honor to be a part of, for sure.
What I think is thrilling about your show is there are so many people coming to your show who are going to the theater for the first time, and they're catching that bug, they're catching that light, and I think that's so exciting.
It's really exciting, and it's true. You know, Julia Roberts brings a lot of people in. I mean, obviously it's tough to get a ticket, and I think a lot of people are seeing a play for the first time, and you know, there's that initial 5 minutes when she's on stage where you just, oh my God, it's her. And then eventually
Take the
goes
journey
away, and you have to watch a play. And the play itself, I think, is so beautifully written that hopefully they're into it.
The nominees for distinguished production of a play are Dedication or the Stuff of Dreams, The History Boys, The Lieutenant of Inishmore, Measure for Pleasure, Rabbit Hole, The Ruby Sunrise, Spirit, and Stuff Happens. And the winner is The History Boys.
It's like this. It's like a feeding frenzy.
It is. Everybody's waiting to see what's in the paper every day, and
every night something opens,
Right.
and yeah.
well, we're closed, so we're not there. We're not there every night, so it's a little weird.
Part of this wonderful season, though, and everyone's recognizing the work that you've all done in this wonderful play. Just talk about what it's been like doing these wonderful words and playing these roles 8 times a week.
Well, I think we all signed up because we fell in love with the play so much when we all read it. And then I think Dan Sullivan did such a great job, and as hard, as sad and devastating a play as it was, we all liked each other so much, and so it kind of made it fun, We would walk out at the end of the night, and the audience, we would see them walking out sort of weeping and holding on to each other. And
Yeah, we had a lot of fun. We had a lot of laughs. I mean, it was a very sad play, but it was backstage. It was hilarious. Yeah.
This community, this year in particular, it seems, is just coming together in such a wonderful way. The season is so diverse. The opportunities are so individual and unique for us all to do what we do best in our individual shows. And so to share that with the community right now, and then to do what we love and be proud of the show, and then have the success and the recognition is, off the charts.
And the reception for us, it has been so warm and so overwhelming, especially since in some ways we're all new to this community. 2 of us, those of us right here, are making our debuts, and it's just been, the audiences and the theater community alike have just been overwhelmingly affectionate, and it's a nice position to be in.
What do you want me?
That's the Nick.
You want me to add to that? There's nothing to add. These guys said it beautifully and poetically.
You're all having a great time up at the August Wilson, aren't you?
It's incredible, we do this show every day at the August Wilson. We don't get to see a lot of these other great actors and directors and designers that we get to meet at these events. So that's a big thrill here, is to get to talk to these theater legends like Jim Dale and Alan Cumming and all these incredible artists. That these events really are an opportunity for us to get to be a part of the community.
Well, first of all, I want to congratulate you for taking the leap to Broadway.
Oh, well, thank you. I was happy to be invited.
What has the experience been like for you? Because the one thing I've been aware of is many people are coming to your show that have never been to the theater before, and you let them catch the bug. How does that make you feel?
Well, really fantastic. I remember the first time I went to see a play, I was a really young girl. My parents had a theater school, so they were very involved in that and knowledgeable about the theater. And if I can open it up to people who've never seen it before, then I just say that's great for them to now know what it's like to go see a show. It's on stage. It's so fantastic and exciting.
We do all the work for BCEFA, Broadway Cares Equity Fight Saves, and you gave us wonderful awards last week. Tell me what it felt for you for being a part of that.
It's really just thrilling. It never stops being so exciting to me. Everybody's so nice and welcoming, and it's been a really encouraging time for me.
I feel fortunate that I was able to do this. It really changed me. It's a great experience for me, and I'm home.
Tell me what it's like doing this show 8 times a week at Studio 54 and the audience's reaction to the show.
Well, luckily it's a mixed reaction, because you don't want to be in a play that's just fuzzy and warm. So I'm excited about that. I learned a long time ago from Captain Lou Albano, you gotta get 10,000 people to boo at once or cheer at once. It's the same thing. And we were fortunate enough to have that kind of reaction. In the play, it's not that dramatic of a reaction. But it's a whole new way of, I like the translation, it's clearer. It's amazing to me how much Brecht was political and how on the money he was. And it's even the way things are now. You can compare them and go, wow, things haven't changed, have they?
Oh, it's hectic, it's crazy, it's fun, it's exciting, it's nice to see familiar faces like yours. And, you know, you see people that you've seen their shows and you didn't get a chance to tell them how wonderful they were, and now you have the chance, so it's thrilling.
See, to me, this is like the old days when you see those old MGM reels of like those famous luncheons with the Judy Garlands and the Cary Grants and all these wonderful people, and that's what this is like.
Right, and theater people have generally a sort of family community feel anyway, but when you get us all in one room, it's even better. You can't shut us up.
Yeah, well, it's a fantastic feeling. Jersey Boys has, it's kind of off the charts, and we expected it to do well, but not in my wildest dreams that I expected to do this well. And it's great to be a part of this season because I think it's actually a really strong season, and that's obviously good for all of us. You know, it's better when there are a lot of successful shows on Broadway. The only downside is it's going to be difficult to find theaters these days. There's such a backlog, and so this is a fantastic time for the commercial theater.
What do you attribute the success of Jersey Boys to with all the audiences coming?
You know, I think it has that rare ingredient, to quote Polonius, it has the common touch. You know, I think it's this concoction of mafia, that sort of mythology, rock and roll, it's a rags to riches story. I think anybody that's been part of a team or a group or even grown up with a bunch of friends can, hung together in a clique, anyone who's done that can relate to this story. So it just has a real, my 15-year-old loves the show, and
it was my niece, and I would say I would live at your show once a week if I could, and I may find a way to do that. Listen, congratulations, Des. Welcome back to New York.
It's been a bit of a bumper year for new musicals, which is a wonderful thing. The nominees for Distinguished Production of a Musical are The Color Purple, The Drowsy Chaperone, Grey Gardens, Jersey Boys, See What I Wanna See, Title of Show, and The Wedding Singer. And the winner is Jersey Boys.